Okay, perfect. That is so much better. Let's get some. Okay, welcome back to my podcast. This is Up in the Clouds. Hello. Obviously it's been so long since I've been here, and I do apologize. I needed a little time, some space, and I needed to do a lot of healing. There's been so much, and I really just needed, and I have been struggling with like myself and my like self-worth and my face and just everything about self. And I just really needed to take some like mental time and really work on things and just fix myself. I obviously went through a very traumatic situation, and that I'm going to honestly make a Patreon to talk about, because I don't want to talk about it on here because I honestly just don't feel like safe. And oh my god, my neighbors are right there. I honestly just don't feel safe, and it just was super like traumatic thing that happened. Moved out of the apartment that I was living in. It involved my roommate, and she basically like, yeah, tried to kill me. Long story short, which I'm going to drop a Patreon about, because yeah, it was just a lot. Having gone through that was sparked up a lot of like PTSD, paranoia, really have been kind of going the fuck through it. Really needed to take some time, some therapy, some like, I've been so depressed, been in a rut, but honestly, the sun is shining, it's getting warmer, I'm feeling better. Really just like taking me time, learning to ground myself more, learning how to self-soothe more, not really necessarily like, learning just to be stable. And so obviously I started feeling more stable on the inside, needed to kind of reflect the outside. So hence I got rid of the split dye, because the split dye I did in manic psychosis. I'm being dramatic. That don't come for me. I was just in such a bad place when I did the split dye, and I felt like that split dye represented that time of my life when I was in such a bad place, and I needed to like let it go, but I needed to get it done by a professional, because obviously like getting black out of your hair is so hard, and I didn't feel ready to come in front of a camera until I like got my hair done. Kind of just started to feel like myself again. I wanted the outer to reflect the inner. Like innerly, I'm becoming more stable and just getting better every single day. I'm still struggling a lot with depression. Obviously, the state of the world and the climate of everything that is happening right now, it's really, who isn't depressed, really? I've seen people who don't even have anxiety or anything struggle right now. So it's really just a trying time in this world. And just know that I'm sending you all love and light, and know that together we can make everything light again, and we all just really need to show love, spread love, and really embody who we are to our core. Obviously, if you watch this, you have an understanding of people and empathy, and you feel things, because you wouldn't watch somebody talk about their feelings or talk about their mental health, talk about like ways and what I do, if you didn't have something along those lines that you related to. So, to be blessed to feel things and to feel deeply about things is a blessing. I know that it feels like a curse, and we can see it as a curse sometimes, because, with feeling deep, there is deep anger, there's deep sadness, and along with the deep happiness and excitement for life, there are the negativeness of it. And I get that, but we are a very dying breed. People don't want to feel anymore. People don't want to have feelings, hence why there's so many things out there to numb your feelings, and substances have become a big issue, and alcohol and everything, like people just numbing themselves and numbing their feelings. I did that too for so long, and that was like the hardest part of the journey, is feeling everything again and being like, holy fucking shit, I feel so much as a human being. As normal human beings feel things too. I feel like a lot of people downplay and they try to present as I don't care, nonchalant. We are human, and if you have those, like, I mean, like, I get that, I don't know, maybe I'm biased and just think that everybody should and does feel how I feel, but maybe that's not true. So, anyways, but so along with that and the world and the state, just spread love, give love, be as loving and kind, check on your friends, check on your neighbors, check on, you know, your family. Just like make sure we're all really being there for each other, because I know with everything going on, like, it's fucking really scary. I'm scared to fucking leave my house. I feel like I'm becoming an agoraphobic, where I am, it is so, like, it takes a lot for me to want to leave my house, because I do just feel so unsafe, and I hope that when I move, things change. Which, okay, so other exciting news that I've been holding secret since about February, because I just didn't want, it was just for me. Like, it was something for me, and like, I just didn't want, yeah. So if you have been a follower of this channel and you've seen other videos, or if you're new here, and you want to catch up on my lore about why this is so exciting, please watch the video. Come take a trip with me to Colorado. Come along my, or what is, like, come with me to Colorado vlog. Watch that. Specifically, if you don't want to watch the whole thing, watch the ending and how I'm literally crying about having to leave Colorado, and how I'm so sad, and how I literally say in the video, one day I will come here and not have to leave. I swear to God, you guys, I manifested this with every ounce of my being. I have wanted to live in Colorado since 2016, the first time I ever visited there. In 2016, I went. And that moment, that visit, I was like, I am going to live here. And every year since 2016, I have gone to Colorado. I have gone to Colorado at least once, if not multiple times in a year since 2016. And every single time I have told myself, I'm going to move here. I'm going to move here. I'm going to move here. And I really felt it, embodied it, believed it. And I made it fucking happen. I made it happen. I am moving to my favorite state in this whole world, all of the United States. I mean, I'm moving at the end of the month. I'm moving a day after my birthday, and I cannot think of any other way to spend and start my 32nd year on this earth. I have really manifested this. I've done the work for this. I deserve this. I really do. And like, that's something I'm also going to touch on, is about turning 32 and kind of like my feelings about that, and no negativity. I do not view my age as negative, because I spent so many years of my life not even thinking I would live this long, let alone like kind of coming to terms with that. And I'm going to talk about that. Yes, I get to move to my dream state, and I feel like I'm in a dream. Like, it doesn't feel real, and I feel like that's why I kept it to myself for so long, because I almost didn't want anything to ruin it. Like, I just didn't want life to like ruin it, and I just wanted it to like feel real. And so, like, to know that like it's finally here and it's like so close is just so, I'm just overwhelmed with joy. And that has really been pushing me out of my depression, is knowing that I have a whole new life. Everything I've dreamed of is coming true, and I am just so grateful. And gratefulness is the first step. You know, when your dreams start to come true and you're learning manifestation and you're learning all this stuff, gratefulness is the key to manifesting anything and everything you want. If you are grateful for everything and anything, you can get whatever the fuck you want. But make sure you say your thank yous, and make sure you know you are worth it. Like, I deserve this. If you would have met me 3 years ago, I would have never said that I deserve anything good, because I was in my substance depression rut, and I was just a fucking bad person. I was not a good person, you know, and to turn things around and know and recognize that I was not who I wanted to be and not the person I am to my core. Like, I was living a life that I was like not aligned with. Nothing I wanted to happen was coming true because I wasn't living how I like should be, and I wasn't living in alignment with what I deserve. So now that I'm, sober and I'm working on myself and I'm doing all these things and I'm finding happiness within myself, like without having to find it from other people and with other people, always constantly depending on someone else to bring happiness, finding it within self and learning to love myself. Oh my God, I spent most of my life fucking hating myself, and I still struggle, like, which is another thing I'm going to touch on. I've been struggling really, really bad with my eating disorder, and I'm really learning to navigate that and how to, view food differently. I feel like I've done so, and I go back and forth. Like I think one of my second videos on here is about me talking about it, and I've dealt with this like more than half of my life, and it is debilitating. It's debilitating. Every time I feel like I'm at a healthy place with it and I feel good about it, I like gain some weight in some places, or I see a scale and I'm learning how to navigate like a healthy body, and learning that like the weight that I'm at is like, that is my plateau. Like I should not be any thinner than I am, and I should, like, because this is what's healthy for my body. And just, but anyways, oh my God, I have so much to touch up on. It has been so long since I've sat here and talked to you guys, and I have so much to talk about and say. But I don't want to I want to kind of keep it structured as best as I can. So, hating myself. Yeah, I spent so much of my life just hating myself and saying so many negative things all the time to myself. And even just these last couple months, I've really struggled with feeling like pretty again, and just feeling good in general. I've always kind of like relied on like compliments from other people and like what other people think about me as like a way to kind of like code that, but it's never fully like ever made me feel better, and I've never really ever felt enough for anything or anyone. To kind of switch that like thinking into, I am enough, I am more than enough, I am wonderful, I'm beautiful. To feel it and say it is obviously two different things. I sit in front of a mirror every morning and I do my little affirmations and I do my little things and I do whatever I can to rewire so much years of just like, just so much years of shit and things that I've done to my brain, and like trying to reconnect, some good things in there. Being on medication has helped a lot. It's helped the ruminating. It's helped the overthinking, the spiraling. I still struggle a little bit here and there, but for the most part, medication does help a lot, which I'm so, so grateful that I came across like a good medication, because I had issues in the past, which I've talked about, like my SSRIs, the fucking serotonin syndrome that I got, and like the brain zaps, and it was like such a bad fucking experience the first time I ever tried to take meds. So I was really fucking scared to get back on medication this second time, but no, like how good things have been going is truly like testament to like how grateful I am that like I did, because I don't think I would be as stable, nowhere near this stable, had I not like gone on meds. So I am so grateful that I found the right medication, or I had a doctor recommend the right medication, and it worked, and it's been working, and things have been getting steady and stable, and feeling stable after so many years of not being stable, let me tell you, is such a weird thing. And I feel like I almost self-sabotaged it in a way where I was like, things feel too good, I feel too good, I can't feel this good. And naturally, I do always struggle in the winter months, and that's something I'm hoping with moving kind of helps, because there's less sun here. Like there's way more sun in Colorado, and they don't get as like much, like we like literally had 3 months in the Midwest with no sun. I feel like that in itself is depressing to even hear. So I really hope like a new environment and like different levels of things, like something so small as like the sun not disappearing for 3 months, hopefully will help alleviate some seasonal depression next year, and so on and so forth. Because I feel like I started like, obviously, I'm not as active in the winter months, so I always gain a little winter pounds. And I felt like when you have body dysmorphia, everything to you is heightened like 10 times than what it is in real life. Like, I think I gained like a couple pounds, but to me, that couple pounds like fucked up and distorted my view of self like completely, where I was literally like, I just was not kind to myself. And like I said, I almost feel like that was my brain like self-sabotaging me because I was doing so well. And I was like, and then all this shit happened to my roommate. And I needed to get out of that environment to fully heal. I needed to get out of that environment to fully be stable, because I could not be stable in an environment where someone was literally trying to kill me. And I was scared for my life every time I was fucking home. So on edge or whatever, like so much anxiety, like every time I was there. I feel like I needed to get out of that environment to fully heal and fully feel stable, because now I feel the best that I've ever felt. I can't even tell you. Probably the last time I felt this good was when I first started this podcast in 2021. I have not felt this good since then. And like learning to like self-work and self-care and just doing so much for self and learning to love myself. Switching the view from hating yourself to loving yourself is such a process, and it does not happen overnight. Like I said, I still spend 15 to 20 minutes in the mirror every morning, like looking at myself in the mirror and saying good things to myself for like 15 to 20 minutes, just constantly good things, like saying some things, like, you know, and I feel like there is a shift, but like I said, like it does take time. And now I had like, before I could get back in front of y'all, I wanted to fix my hair. Because I wanted to represent how I feel on the inside. And like I said, that split dye made me feel like I was a part of the era of myself that was crumbling and trying to come back together. And I thought it was like edgy and cool, and it was an era for sure. You know, I loved it, but I'm in a new era of life, and I wanted to get back to my roots. Literally, like, this is as close to my natural hair color as I think I've ever had until I've had my hair grow out of my fucking head. Like, you know, like when you're a baby. Like, so this is my natural hair color. So going back to my roots, literally to my roots. And yeah. So what else were we talking about? Oh, turning 32. I'm like too happy today to even really try to get emotional, but I feel like talking about this is going to make me emotional. How do you plan a future and life when you spend so many years of your life not expecting to have this future, not expecting to have this, you know, family? Oh, you're 32 and you're still a server. Oh, you're 32, you're not married. Oh, you're 32, you don't have children. Oh, or almost, I'm almost 32. Pause. Almost. At the end of the month. I'm 32 at the end of the month. How do we block out that noise? Because that is noise. I feel like, to me, when people age you, that is noise. That is negative noise that we do not need, want any fucking part of. None. That shit is so debilitating, and it's rude, and it's not anyone's business. Do you need to know that when I was 16, I never imagined my life living after 18 years old? That I never even expected to be alive this long. I did not see myself living on this earth for this long. Can I enjoy the fact that I'm alive and that there is beauty in the unknown? There is beauty in living in the present. That's what, you know, I've been studying Buddhism for like the last year and a half, and that is all the work of Buddhism is presence, living in the now. That's something that's helped my anxiety a lot. Not living so much in the past or present or future, being more present has helped my anxiety so much. my overthinking and whatnot. So when I hear these things of these I call this kind of judgy, right? Like, it's not really any of your business. It's not really your life. How do we navigate that? How is a kind way to kind of tell someone to F off, really? Basically, I just kind of reply like, yeah, I'm just figuring life out, and I am. We all are. I don't want to be somebody. I know what I want to do with my life, right? I know the vision. I know my path. But I'm not ready for that yet. I needed to do a lot of fucking work on myself to be able to do what I want to do. And I needed to live the life that I've lived to get to the place and to be able to use my experiences for what I want in my life. Like, why can't a girl just serve? Why can't a girl just live her life? Like, why does there need to be this, I need a career and I need a real job and I need this and I need that? I am good. Like, I'm not ashamed of what I do or my life. Guess what? Since I'm working in a restaurant, I get to just transfer to a new restaurant. That's pretty fucking cool. I have a job right away. That's pretty fucking cool. There's a perk. I can make $40 an hour one day. That's pretty fucking cool. I can take off whenever the fuck I want. That's pretty fucking cool. I hear people complaining about, oh, like, I wanted to do this, but I can't get off work, or, oh, my time off request got denied. That does not happen in serving. Very rarely have I ever got denied for getting taken off. Maybe at, like, other jobs. There's been some serving jobs, I can't lie. But if you find a good restaurant, I'm in advance. Like, most of the time, I never get time denied off, Do I have to work a holiday? Yeah, okay, what the fuck ever. Like, I make a lot of fucking money on those days. So, worth it. And for right now, the flexibility of being a server is what I need to to get myself ready for that life that I know. And it's not anyone's business. Like, I feel like judging people in general and aging people, and like, I don't feel 31, let alone 32. If I biologically could sit and like, I feel 21. Like, in my brain, I feel 21. My body, I feel 21. I have not gotten older since 21. Like, maybe maturity-wise, I'm probably not 21 anymore. I feel like I was definitely way more immature when I was 21. But aside from that, like, biologically and physically, I don't know. I feel like I also just know so many people who are miserable, and I just don't want that for myself. Like, I want to know what I'm going to do for the rest of my life is where I'm happiest. And I want to pick a career that I am happy. And that sounds so dumb to people who just picked a career just to have a career and they're fucking miserable. The fact that I'm even alive longer than I planned to be, I want to be fucking happy. Like, if I'm going to be here, I want to be happy, right? Like, if I'm going to be on this earth, I'm still here, I'm still kicking, why the fuck would I want to be miserable? I don't, So I feel like that's such a hard thing for people above my generation to understand. Like, who's above millennials? I don't know, whatever. I kind of like, I'm a millennial at core, at date of birth, but to my core, I feel like I'm Gen Z, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. Like, little things about myself, I guess, that are millennial, I feel like I like, whatever, but whatever is above millennial, like that generation, like my parents and then above, they just don't get, like, there's so many other things and ways to make money, and like being a server is not so like looked down upon. Like, I feel like when they were kids or like my age, like being a server at 32, like it was way different, and it's like, I feel like people don't care anymore, because even like when I meet people and they're like, oh, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I'm a server. Like, I'm like hesitant to say, but like, I don't get like backlash. I don't know. I don't get like judgment unless it's like some ritzy motherfucker. I wouldn't care to be talking to anyway, So turning 32, turning an age, when you really like it's not anyone's business because we didn't expect to live this long. We did not see this for ourselves, for our life. I can tell you that I never, ever, ever gun to my head. If I was 16, gun to my head, I would have told you I probably would have died at 18. I really never pictured. And so when I didn't die, then it was like, okay, 25. And then it was like, okay, 30. Like as I stayed on this earth, and it's like, okay, I'm not dead yet. Okay, I gotta figure it out. Okay, this is the year. This is the year I won't make it, and I really almost didn't make it this year. Again. And this is like the third fucking, and I'm still here, so there's a reason for it, right? And trying to come to, okay, fuck, I'm meant to be here at this point. At some point, after so many tries, you're like, damn, like, I guess I'm meant to be here for some reason, so I might as well make the best of it. And I want to be happy. And I am happy. Like, I'm so happy right now with my life. And I struggle, yes. And, like, that's also something that's really fucking hard to navigate, is like, I'm so happy, nothing's going wrong, but sometimes I do still have a chemically imbalanced brain. So sometimes I do just feel really fucking sad, and I do just feel really depressed, and I do feel really anxious, or like I struggle with social settings. I'm struggling so bad with social settings still. That's something I'm still having a really hard time with since being sober. And like, I realized that when I went out a couple weeks ago for my friend's show, like, I really, really was struggling. Thank God the people I was with are really cool and I felt really comfortable with them, but it's like, I can tell, like, I have a really hard time leaving the house. I really do. If I had, like, especially, like, when I have, like, a safe space and I feel good and I feel comfortable and safe at my house or, like, my home, that was the biggest thing, was my last apartment, is I didn't feel safe and I didn't have that comfort, and I never wanted to be home, and so, like, still, like, you can still struggle even though you're happy, right? Like I said, I'm feel so good and feel so happy, but I still have hard days. And that's something where I feel like, where I was talking about the self-sabotage of it all, like, I just feel like it just happens because mentally I'm ill. I have mental illness. It's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows, But speaking of rainbows, I saw a full rainbow for the first time in my whole life. I've never seen, like, a full rainbow, and the spiritual meaning, like, that is such good luck. Like, that is literally, like, such good luck. So that maybe I'm gonna insert it. So beautiful, so cool. I literally was so happy, and nobody at work was, like, as happy as I was. It was really kind of embarrassing because I was like, everyone, look, and, like, no one thought I was as cool as I did, so whatever. But spiritually, it has such a good meaning, so good things ahead, good things are coming, good things are here. I'm, struggling with that, like, it's okay to be okay, but still have off days too, right? Like, it's okay to still have days where you are depressed and it's hard to leave my bed, I'm never fully going to be 100%. And that, I feel like, was a struggle in itself. I'm like, fuck, I've done all this work and I felt so good, and why do I feel this way still, and it's coming to terms with, I have a brain that's chemically imbalanced, and it's not always going to be good all the time. There are still going to be days where, and I feel like my brain was like, oh, I'm going to get sober and I'm going to get stable and everything's going to be better all the time and I'm never going to have any issues ever again. And so I feel like I was struggling a lot with that. It's like, shit, I still have mental illnesses. I still have a chemically imbalanced brain. I still am going to have bad days. I'm human, I still have emotions. I still have feelings, which means negative ones too. And so really, I kind of was struggling with that, where I felt like all this work that I did in getting sober was for nothing, and I relapsed, and not with alcohol, thank God, but with other things. And I kind of was feeling really guilty about it, and I, like, do feel guilty still, but learning grace, I did such a good job. I did 4 months without anything, and really, like, I'm almost at a year with alcohol. 8 months, woo, just celebrated 8 months, almost at a year without alcohol. So I'm doing good for myself. I'm learning moderation, I'm learning balance, I'm learning that I can do it once, I will be able to do it again. Like, it's just coming to terms with grace and learning that we're going to make mistakes and fucks ups, and that's a whole part of, and so yeah, I self-sabotage in a way because I'm like, I'm doing all this work and I don't feel good still. I don't feel good. Why don't I feel good? Well, the sun hadn't shined? The sun had not shined. Fuck, my grammar teacher would be so pissed. I'm like an English major. Fuck. Okay. The sun had not shined in like 2 months, mind you. So my vitamin D was at a low. I was low. I was eating shitty foods. That's something that's also been changing a lot. I'm trying to not diet because eating disorder people should not diet, but I'm lifestyle change. Trying to eat better choices, eat better things. I eat out a lot, and not really, but like maybe more than one should. And it kind of like, I'm learning to love food, but I just like, you're loving it a little too much, and that's another thing. Food really affects that, so eating cleaner, I felt such a difference in my energy, and I'm already way too energetic as it is, and I'm very hyperactive, so I feel like such a difference in just my energy from eating like I've been like 1 or 2 meals I've been like swapping out, and then like I'll just have whatever I want for dinner. Like breakfast and lunch, I've been trying to eat cleaner. I feel such a difference, and it's really, really like, helps that, right? So that also has been helping me feel like better. But it was that big struggle, and like the self-sabotage of it all, where it's like, God, I'm doing all this work, like fuck it, it's stupid, this is dumb, and it's like, then you remember, oh my God, I haven't seen the sun in like 2 weeks. And I'm I've realized, very weather mood. Like when it's raining out, I'm kind of sad and gloomy, and I just want to listen to sad music, maybe cry, watch a sad movie. When the sun is out, I'm like, like it's like, it really, I very am weather affected by my mood. And I made a mistake and fucked up and whatever, but giving myself grace, forgave myself, I've really worked through that, and learned that, okay, shit, you went 4 months without substances, and you can do it again. You can do it longer this time, Look how long you've gone without alcohol. 8 months without alcohol in a alcohol prone environment where everybody pushes alcohol on you all the time, and to go 8 months, almost a year without it, bitch, you can do anything, and really looking, I've been watching a lot of like, trying not to call myself a bitch or people a bitch, because it's not nice and it's very degrading, I think, and I don't like when people say it. So it's like, girl, you can do anything, Anyways, defying society in a way where it's like, oh shit, you can do 8 months and almost a year without it, and 4 months, in a rave culture where substances are very, very, very prevalent, and it's not talked about enough, that it is a problem, can be a problem, and learning to navigate like around the problem. I stopped going to shows because of it, because it was just, I couldn't go to a show without, and it was like, right, it's hard. And okay, you went this long, you can do it again, right? And go longer. So really giving myself grace and being like, hey, you still are 8 months of alcohol, you didn't break that, so good for you, and learning to celebrate myself in other ways, even if you do mess up or fuck up or have to hit the reset counter on your I Am Sober app. You're like, reset, that's all part of the journey, and it's all learning grace and learning love and learning to forgive yourself at the end of the day. You really feel like I was kind of like self-sabotaging myself, because I was like, God, things are too good. I shouldn't feel this happy. Why am I this happy? I'm so happy. Everything's good. Everything's too good, And that's like the OCD, thoughts where it's like, it's too much. It's, I thought myself into a mistake in a way. I thought myself into self-sabotaging myself, and it's okay. And then guess what? The sun is shining. Things are going great. It's my birthday month, and I'm getting to move to my dream state at the end of the month. Like, things are good. I'm out of a horrible situation that I was living in. I don't feel scared for my life every fucking day. Although I will discuss like my paranoia shit that I've been dealing with and like everything about that on the Patreon, because that's something in itself and there's a lot of lore, and that's a whole episode in itself about the paranoia shit, and like also attributing to like me being a little house cat. I've been a very indoor cat lately because of like that shit, and like learning. I had it like when I first got prescribed my anxiety meds. They gave me a medication for my panic attacks because the anxiety med itself would take a while to actually start working, which always happens with meds. And so this was a fast acting med that was supposed to help right away and help alleviate anxiety, blah, blah, blah. Well, I haven't had to take it or fill it in a while. And then after moving out with my roommate and kind of struggling with a lot of paranoia and kind of like people are trying to kill me because she was trying to kill me. Like I had to I'm laughing, but sometimes I just laugh at really weird things, and I'm not laughing. It's not funny because I was really like not fucking okay. I really was not good for like the last 2 months. But like I was really struggling, and I had to refill those meds. Basically, long story short, I had to refill those, and I will kind of talk about that more in depth on the Patreon when I do it. I really have to like, I need to do it to heal because this is like my healing, but it is a lot, and it's like to revisit certain things is what I need to prepare myself for, because I have to revisit a lot of things and a lot of feelings, and I know I need to do that to heal, but I also like have to brace myself and like do it when I'm ready. So when that Patreon drops, y'all will be the first to know, and obviously I'll have everything linked and whatever. But I'll kind of go more into the in depth about that paranoia and shit, and like having to like rely, like shit was scary. When you think people are trying to like come after you all the time and you're kind of like just scared of life, that really attributed to me becoming like more indoorsy and more of an indoor cat, and really kind of not going out because I was just kind of fucking scared all the time. And I really like, my therapist is like, oh, that will kind of, or that should alleviate when you move, because it's a new environment, that person doesn't know where I am, like like your body will finally feel safer. Like, you know how like in the last like year and a half I've just lived in like fight or flight mode, and like actually pretty much my whole life, but more intensely this last year in fight or flight. And to recenter your nervous system and align yourself is fucking work, and it's not fucking easy. So restabilizing, you know, whatever. So my therapist is like, oh yeah, you'll probably feel better once you get out of the state. So, you know, hopefully when I move, I won't be so like indoor cat. I want to be like out, which I feel like I'm moving at the perfect time, because it'll be like Colorado's already had nice weather like already. They're beautiful weather already, and my roommate loves outdoorsy things along with me, so I'll get so much like good energy from the rocks and the air, and like the air is just different out there. Like, you guys, it is unlike anywhere I've ever been in my life. Maybe I've heard Arizona's like that too, where like the natural energy from the rocks and the nature and everything is so like cool. The air is just different out there, right? So I'll be more outdoorsy because there's more things to do, and my roommate is like down to do stuff, like outdoorsy stuff too. So I'm really excited. I'm really just so above the moon. I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon. I'm over the sun. I'm doing so much better, you guys. And I'm sorry I had to take my little hiatus, but y'all know every time I go on these hiatuses, I come back better. Back and I'm better, you know, like back and we better. So, and then I was feeling good, and then I was like, I need to fix my hair, you know, whatever. I kind of talked about it already. But anyways, yeah, so where are we at? Okay, gonna end that for now, because I just wanted to kind of like make a little welcome back video and kind of catch y'all up on what everything in life, and share my exciting news that I've been holding and keeping secret, you know. And yeah, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for this journey. I got my newsletter, new subscribers, hello. Old subscribers have been here since day one. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all so much. And sending you guys love and light. Obviously, talked about it in the beginning, but like there's so much shit going on and there's just so much negativity and darkness. Give you hugs, give love, spread love, be love, embody love. You know, we are the embodiment of love and light and pureness. And just really just check on your friends, make sure your friends are okay, check on your neighbors, check on your family, check on your loved ones, you know, be there, be square, be there and square for everyone. Yeah, just give love, you guys, spread love. We need to really, the love and lighters, we really need to be like extra, you know, praying. And so if you're watching this, please pray for my uncle. He has to get a double bypass heart surgery on Friday, and I do not want to, very scared to lose anyone else on this earth. So I've already dealt with enough loss. So please, 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 please send some prayers that everything will be okay. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I love you all. I love you all so much. You guys are amazing. And thank you for being here. And you are loved. And like everything is always linked below. If you ever need anyone to talk to, ever need any support, or maybe you are struggling with something or you relate to something that I talked about and you need my socials, my email, everything is linked below. I'm always here to share, you know, or sometimes maybe you just need someone to listen, and I would love to be that for you. So I love you all so much. I'm sending you guys love and light. Have a beautiful week, and I will see you guys soon. I love you. Bye.